Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pharaoh. So, you will not be seeing the main menu here in this one, because there's some scaling issues that I have with a lot of the menus, basically. That's the long and short of it. And I'm not sure why. I'm not quite sure what the cause is, but the menu is not scaling to my full display size with the updated resolution mod I'm using, whereas the actual rest of the game, when I'm actually in a mission, is scaling, so I just won't be including that part. For this video is the executive decision I've come to. And yeah, there's no real map moving in this part because of how things are with resizing and everything. It looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot about that little quirk with Pharaoh. You can't actually move. Sorry, that's a bad phrasing of it. You can't build anything while the game is paused in Pharaoh. I'm more used to how things work in the Julius engine with Caesar 3, because that's what I played more of. Although saying that, I'm actually something of a newcomer to these particular Impressions city building games. Because I actually got into the whole city building genre rather late. My first city builder and let's tone down the game speed, that's a little extreme. Yeah, I'm already missing the thing that you have with Caesar where you can just change it in the sidebar, although I can do that with the bracket keys. In any case, yeah. Put a couple of wells down. Yeah, because my first city builder was actually not until 2015, and that was Cities Skylines. I've been playing RTS games significantly longer than that, but I didn't really get into city builders until around then. So yeah, something of a late arrival when it comes to this particular branch of the RTS genre. It was me. I completely missed out on all of these games when I was a kid. I just did not manage to discover the existence of a single one of them. And I'm not quite sure how I did that, but I did. Yeah. And if I just go and check this. Yes.
Welcome to
6 meager shanties. That's what we need, which is, I'm pretty sure, an upgraded form of housing. Though I don't overly remember. We've crossed the 100 people mark. Yeah, Pharaoh and later Emperor, I've noticed, because I've been playing a lot of these Impressions games lately. Unlike how they do things in Zeus and Caesar 3, I don't own Caesar 1 or Caesar 2, so I don't know how it's different in those. Unlike how it's done in those, and let's just kick the speed up a tiny bit. Unlike how it's done with those, here, a lot of the mission objectives they give you are for upgrading your buildings and such. Whereas Zeus and Caesar 3, and now that we've got enough people here, we need to get food. Oh, so we need a hunting lodge, and a granary to store it, and a bazaar to be able to distribute the food to our population. Okay. Hunting lodge, go over here by the main road. Once I unpause the game, I can select what we want to place down while it's paused. Thankfully, granary and a bazaar I'll put right there. But yeah, with Caesar 3 and Zeus, more often than not, the objective is just get a certain amount of population and grow your prosperity and culture and stuff, which is simple enough. With these, you actually have the sub-objectives of have a specific number of people's houses upgraded to a specific class, I guess you'd put it at. And I'm still kind of learning the mechanics of all of these, because these are a very recent discovery for me, so I don't know it all that well. I'm loving them, though. Honestly, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't find these city-building games as a kid. I would have loved them. I used to nerd out about strategy games all the time, really. It was the best. Much as I love myself a good RPG, just an open sandbox strategy game where I can just build stuff and the way things grow and the story of my city or my empire or whatever and how that evolves is in some ways even more compelling to me. Now we should get some food coming in, hopefully. Of course, what I'm waiting on now is for a building to collapse or get set on fire, because this is the tutorial mission set. I've done a good chunk of the first bit. I've done the first 2 missions of Pharaoh a couple of times. I kind of soft-locked myself in the second mission at one point where I didn't want to remove any of my existing houses, because I thought that would drive population away. I'm still not sure if that does or not. But the way I placed things, I couldn't put enough temples and entertainment venues, and we'll get into what those are later on. Couldn't put enough of them within range of enough of my houses to grow them to the appropriate level to be able to finish the mission. So I sort of soft-locked myself there, which is why I had to repeat it the one time. Yeah. Much as I love strategy games, I'm not always the best at playing them efficiently or optimally. And in a lot of cases, I don't really care to be optimal. Now let's kick up the speed a little bit. There's not a whole lot happening. We're up to 232 people. And there's another fire. So Pharaoh's house burnt down there. Have to clear that, replace it. You know, let's put another one of these over here, right by the well. If it's not strictly necessary, I bet you we get some use out of it. And now, I'm going to start chopping this up into some sections so that I can put some stuff in there. So for this bit right here, I'm going to give it more houses. Two firehouses, like that. Yeah, one's almost in the floodplain. I don't care. That should hopefully be in water range. But I'm going to give them a second hunting lodge, actually. Just to be on the safe side. Because we are adding more population with this increase after all. So I bet you it would be wise to have additional food that we could be bringing in. And I can do the same thing with water supply and add a second one. Just to top us up. We might not even need it, but I'd like to have it just in case. Go ahead and put a second bazaar right here. And I didn't even need to do that, because that's the mission.
Well done. By filling your people's bellies with nourishing food and protecting their homes from fire and collapse, you have helped this fledgling civilization take its first step on the long road of history.
Yeah, you see what I mean about things not scaling? If I was playing this on one of the base resolutions, like 1024 by 768, then I would be seeing this in full screen, as would you. But just this particular mod doesn't scale it very well. I know there's an open source engine in the vein of the Julius engine for Caesar 3 in the works that makes all that scaling and things a whole lot easier and everything, but it's still a work in progress, and I could set up and install the existing project. I've just decided not to for now. Maybe I'll change my mind later, I don't know.
After many years and the passing of a generation, your family has resettled in the area of Thinis, in Upper Egypt. Here, a small band of local rulers is attempting to extend its influence over Lower Egypt and all lands along the River Nile, and to unite this realm under its own house with one supreme leader. Establishing Thinis as a thriving city like nothing ever seen before will prove the worthiness of the Thinite Confederacy and help them gain supremacy over Lower Egypt and the other factions vying for power. In time, this will mean providing the population with entertainment and building wonderful temples to worship the region's patron deity. To build a city this grand will require a substantial supply of cash. You'll find rich deposits of gold ore in Thinis, and harvesting them should be your first priority.
Okay, well, let's go to the city. And yet, for this mission, we have to mine gold. You'll notice there's gold veins over here. And we start with the industrial structures part of our building commands unlocked. And we can build gold mines. I'm actually going to build a couple of mines before we even... And... I'll give them a bazaar. That's burnt through a lot of our cash, though. So now... we can have a water supply there. Supply our work camp. Bazaar. And build roads. Village Palace. I want to get set up right away. That's where the gold goes, by the way. So I'm going to put it... I think there. And that cost me all my money, but we get a once a mission resupply of gold from the Pharaoh. So I can afford to run out of money once. But that's all the building I'm gonna do for now. This is going to be my little work camp, and we will set up actual proper living quarters somewhere else once we get the mine going. I also have one other thing I need, so I wasn't being strictly honest. A police station. Keep an eye on the people and stop them from trying to rob the gold, of course. But yeah, now we have to mine the gold. The palace's treasury is our major goal. And the immigrants start to flood in. Oh man. Seriously, this game might be janky as hell, and possibly one of the oldest strategy games I've ever played, but I can't help but love it. It's awesome. You can say it's old, but you can't say I'm blinded by nostalgia, because a week ago, I hadn't played this. Hard to have nostalgia for something you never played as a kid. Although saying that, we probably do need a word for it, having nostalgia for an era in gaming you weren't yourself a part of. As I've definitely had that happen from time to time. Mostly for NES games, admittedly. Primarily OG Legend of Zelda, which I do like to fire up from time to time. For now, I'm going to put the speed up to the maximum for a little bit, while things happen. See if that helps us. probably won't, and we'll probably just go bankrupt. But this is how I play this sort of game. I experiment, I tweak, I mess around, and I just keep trying things until I find what works. Then I experiment some more and try something different, and rinse and repeat. I just love to try new things. See what I can make stick. That is my favorite way to do things, and it's how I've always played these city building games. Shouldn't expect that to change, neither. And I don't know if it'll stick, but we appear to be turning a profit, at least for the time being. Or maybe not. Our bazaars are selling food and water at the very least, which is making us a little money, so I can't really spend much on anything, but we're not in immediate danger of going bankrupt. Not yet, anyways. Though we don't have a lot of money. Now, I will have to be careful with what I spend my cash on.
After many...
Yeah. I have to open that whenever I want to check what my objective is again, after all. So get used to it. And gods of Egypt, so yes, basically saying build temples for the gods, because I haven't reached the stage where it's a real issue in game yet, but apparently the gods getting that culture. Temple to Bast. Let's see. A couple of shrines to Bast can go over here. There. And victory. I have to have plenty of shrines and entertainers around me. This is the last place I reached in my previous playthrough. I haven't actually attempted this mission yet, so who knows? Who knows how it's actually gonna go for me. I have a basic understanding of how farming works in Caesar 3, because I did the farming mission in that one, but here, I ain't got no clue how I'm supposed to do this. Other than the fact that these brown tiles here that get flooded by the Nile, that's where I'm supposed to build the farm plots on. Yeah, like they say, one harvest a year. You got quite a lot of them out of the farms in Caesar. Not so here. That'll be something I'll have to get used to. But yeah, our objective for this mission is to build a granary and fill it with figs. Also, there are 2 of the water demons over there, which is what the hippopotamus is known as to me, and 3 more over there. I'm hoping that if we just stick to this particular side of the river and plant on these tiles, that we won't have to deal with the water demons. But, you know, wish me luck. Look at it again.
The Thinite nobles
Not only
still
do we need
struggle to
a
unite the lands of the
population,
Nile under one supreme ruler.
yeah, not only do we need 600 population and to, in our immediate terms, to fill the Granalu's fig, we also have to have modest homesteads, which I'm pretty sure is more of an upgrade than last time, so we'll have to continue to fulfill our people's needs and upgrade all the houses. Oh yeah. But honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it here for today. I'm planning to come back to Caesar for another episode in the very near future, so don't you worry about that. You'll be seeing this game again. And you should also expect to see at least some Caesar 3 and probably some Zeus as well. Eventually I'll trickle in a little Empire, but that's the one of these Impressions city builders I've played the least of so far. So it will probably come last. But yeah, this is Caesar. Even though I came kind of late to the city building genre, as I said, I've been having a blast with these games. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to be playing these for a very long time. City Skylines ain't got nothing on this. Calling it here. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to see more of me trying out some of these classic games from back in the day that I managed to completely miss out on as a kid, then please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any particular suggestions on what you'd like to see, let me know. Right now, I'm leaning more towards some of the earlier Anno games. Maybe SimCity 4, or possibly 2000, 3000 as well. And I forget what the title is. It's like Empire 2050 or something is also on my list. It's quite an extensive one. Maybe I'll post it in a community notes comment someday. I don't know. I'll probably put it on my Discord eventually. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.